All right, guys. So C9, okay, C9 and Kaiser Permanente have gotten together, boys. This is Kaiser Permanente. It's one of our sponsors at Cloud9 as well. We're fortunate enough to have them as a sponsor, and they basically teamed up to make these set of like helpful videos and this thing called Presence of Mind.
Friendly reminder, everybody. This advice is in partnership with Presence of Mind, which is an ongoing video series and initiative from Cloud9 and Kaiser Permanente. If you go to c9.gg/AlanaPOM, you can find out all about Presence of Mind. It's a key initiative to reduce stigma, build resilience, help everyone prioritize their own mental health, which is super important. It's free. There are 3 interactive videos. I host them.
Today's stream, I'm doing like a important stream around like mental health, spread awareness of mental health. So if any of you want to ask me some questions, it'd be like a Q&A type thing. If you want to ask me any questions about mental health, wherever, and how like I cope and all this stuff, then feel free. I'm also going to be sharing some like personal experience with you guys, just to make you kind of connect with me on a more personal level, just because I want you guys to know that you're not alone. If you are suffering from mental health, then I want you guys to know, you're not alone. I'm here for you. There's many other people there for you, and if you are really low, there is things out there that can help you. Like there is a like a lifeline where you can ring. You can even, there's a text line, like a crisis text line that you obviously text and all that stuff, you know. But honestly, if you are someone in my stream right now that is struggling and you do want help, you want to listen to things that will help you, then check out the link in my chat. I've just put it in there, !info. Click it. There is 3 videos that you can watch, and they're like interactive videos, and I don't mind watching the first episode with you guys, but first I'm gonna be doing like interactive tools with you guys, which can like help you with like what is your like stress level. It can help you if like, you know, if you want to know like if you need to go speak to someone and stuff like that, like depression and stuff like that. I just want everyone to know that this is a safe place. This is a safe place for everyone. Cash, do you want some camera attention, do ya?
I think it's important that people feel like, you know, they can talk about it, because I think, at least for men especially, I think that it's a little bit taboo, you know. It's like I don't know about you guys, but I was like brought up, oh, you're not supposed to show weakness and emotion and things like that, right? So for me, it's like, it's not been like something that's like, oh, I can just openly and easily talk about, you know what I mean? How do I deal with all the negative comments? Okay, that's a good question. How do I deal with the negative comments? I feel like this is, I don't know how you guys are, but this is how I am. If I get 100 positive comments and I get 1 negative comment, the 1 comment that I like remember is the negative one, not like all the positive things, you know? But I try to look at it from like a perspective where there's like, it's impossible to do something and have everybody like it. There's always gonna be somebody who dislikes it. Like if you're streaming and you have 1,000 people watching and you say something, chances are, you know, not every single person is gonna agree with what you said, right? Unless, you know, I mean, it depends, but maybe sometimes, but it's like rare, right? So you just have to, you kind of have to just shake it off, man. I don't know. I don't let it get to me too much, but I used to care about it, but I think I've gotten like a bit more like resilient with it, and I think focusing on the love over the negatives makes it so like it makes you not care. You're like, oh well, 100 people did like it and you didn't, so whatever, you know.
But I'd say I'm overall like, I'd say I'm overall like pretty happy with life. There's sometimes where some days I just feel incredibly bored when I'm not streaming, which is something that I have to get better at, I think. Some days just feel like so boring. And like some days WoW feels super boring too. I feel like a lot of my the fun I have is always on with my stream and like playing WoW, and then sometimes when WoW is actually just like awful, it's just rough. New World's great.
Well, that 6789 said, I'm a trans guy growing up in a transphobic household. How do I come to terms with knowing that I'll have to lose my family once I move out and begin transitioning? Can good friends and community ever really make up for the lack of family support? I've been pulling away and being very distant from my parents since I know I'll have to leave them eventually, but should I try to enjoy the time I have left with them, or would it just hurt more in the end? I have 3 good friends who are trans, and 2 of them no longer speak to their families. And that sucks. It sucks that that's a reality, and hopefully it's not that way for the next generation. It's just so unfair that families can be that cruel. To answer your question, though, I think you really do need to do what's best for your mental health. This shouldn't be about them. They're the ones who are transphobic. They're the ones who are being bigoted, you know? I think it's worth just like really, really thinking about what you want and what you need, and then addressing the game plan based exactly on that. If it is that you feel more comfortable being distant and pulling away from them, I can understand why you would do that if you're in a transphobic household as a trans person. I totally get that. If you want to try to enjoy the time that you have left with them, that could be hard again if they're transphobic. I would, I don't know if you're out or if you've spoken to them. I would do that. You know, I would try to address it sooner rather than later to see how that goes. Because maybe they'll surprise you if they don't already know. But otherwise, yeah, I have trouble answering this without knowing the exact situation and exactly what you want. But yeah, know that you are not the problem. They are the problem.
You know, personally, like I could share you guys some of the things that, because if you guys remember, so I've had a pretty bad year, you know, like if you guys remember, around the end of last year, yeah, so pretty much exactly a year ago, I got some bad news, and I went through like the loss of a friend. Actually, I went through the loss of 2 friends last year. They both suicided, seen firsthand, you know, and like you could kind of tell that everything wasn't, you know, they weren't doing super well, but you just wish you could have done more, you know, afterwards. A good thing is to talk about it in a situation like this, you know, because then maybe you actually did do something to help someone.
Hi, Alana. The pandemic affected me negatively in many ways, one of them being my newfound social anxiety. But while I was always introverted, I've never been socially anxious. But nowadays, the idea of going into the outside world at all is a big fear of mine. Anything I can do to recover from this anxiety. I do not have any anxiety, so I can't give you help with this. If you're scared of going to the outside world at all, that does sound pretty bad. That's something that you should be taking seriously. I would highly recommend talking to a therapist. They have dealt with this exact thing with so many people and know the solutions and can help you find a solution that will work for you. I don't think it's as simple as anything I can say. As simple as just put yourself out there, man. I just don't think that works that way. I don't think that's realistic. Yeah, if you are at the stage where you really are afraid to go out into the outside world, that's not good. That could really negatively impact you in a whole lot of ways. So I would really recommend trying to find and talk to a therapist to make that first step to help yourself.
And actually, another thing that actually helps my stress is doing things that I love to do, which is making plans with my friends, going to a theme park, going to Fright Night. I don't know if you guys have realised, but every October I try my hardest to go to a Fright Night because it's literally it's my happy place. Like, I love it so much. I don't know, like, and it makes me feel so like happy being around people that care about me. Like, I don't know, like, it just helps me forget all the stress in my life. And I know that sounds quite cringe, but for me it helps a lot. But I have like a happy playlist. Your baby do one, the only songs that me. Yeah, it's very important to have a playlist of music. If music helps you, make a playlist and just add all the songs in that playlist that help you, that lifts you up, that makes you happy, and you know, like helps you out, gets you through the rough days, the rough moments.
When you aren't productive, I think it makes you feel empty. Yeah, I think that's a big thing for sure. It's just always feeling like you're doing something that is gonna be like taking you somewhere. Like always having feeling like you have a sense of purpose. I feel like that's something that I'm very fortunate that I do have. Is I feel like I do have like a passion. Like I feel like having a passion and a sense of purpose is such a big deal when it comes to like actually mental health. 110%. Like if you don't have something that you look forward to doing every single, I don't know, maybe not every single day, maybe not that much or something like that, but just like something that you're working towards and like it's for the future. I feel like having something like that is like so important to like being happy with like life and everything.
Advice for dealing with future breakdowns is very much about assessing what you need. Definitely in this one, genuine plug, please. check out Presence of Mind. It is a wonderful mental health resource that will help you prioritize your mental health, consider the things you need to just consider when discussing your mental health and wellness, and start with the fundamentals. So there is an interactive video series. They have tips and resources to better understand your mental health and how to make yours a priority. I really do genuinely recommend it. But otherwise, yeah, it could be worth talking to a therapist, worth figuring out what caused you to feel that way, what you can do going forward, etc., etc. I think it's definitely worth.
This is what I mean. Like, that's what I was saying, like, earlier. You never know what's going through someone's head. Like, you could think they have the perfect life. They have everything going for them. Like, they have money. They have all these opportunities. They're living the life that you think would be amazing, the dream. But you don't know how they truly feel inside. That's why it's so important to be kind no matter what. Like, I completely can relate to you, by the way, TD, because sometimes, like, you're just sad and you just don't know the reason to why you're sad. Like, it's so frustrating sometimes. And you just sit there and you're just like, I just want to be happy. Do you know what I mean? Life is just full of all these, like obstacles and just all this stuff, and just constantly overthinking and stuff. Like I have everything going for me right now. Like, I'm in an amazing team. Cloud9, they treat me like family. I don't know what I did to deserve where I am today. I have a beautiful girlfriend. I have great friends. My family are amazing. Like, yeah, I have lost my mum. I know it's hard to deal with, but like, I still have positive things in my life that some people out there don't have. I'm not gonna lie, I am sad. I do have moments where I feel like, I don't know, when is this gonna stop and all this stuff. You just overthink over the smallest things, and you think the worst. Like, I wouldn't change what's happened in my life. I wouldn't change it, because it's made me who I am today. It's made me strong as I am today, and me being who I am and super caring and trying to be the best human that I can be, even though sometimes I do mess up.